ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Good evening and welcome to this hour's news. I'm Suleiman Talash and this is RTA News. The 10th meeting of the Cabinet of the Islamic Emirate was held under the leadership of Mullah Muhammad Hassan Akhund, the Prime Minister of the Islamic Emirate, and a number of issues were discussed and decisions were made. The meeting discussed the important economic, social and cultural issues of the country and made a number of necessary decisions. Also in the meeting, the economic deputy was given the task of carrying out some tasks and it was decided to send some other topics to the high leadership position for approval. Interior Minister Khalifa Sirajuddin Haqqani participated in the graduation ceremony of newly graduated Mujahideen from Dasht Top Police Education and Training Center of Maidan Wardak Province. According to the ministry, 261 Mujahideen were trained during this period and they were given religious, military and health education. The Minister of Interior Affairs congratulated the graduating Mujahideen, saying that the Islamic police are the true servants of the government and the people. Maulavi Nida Muhammad Nadeem, the Minister of Higher Education, during an online meeting including a number of heads of central agencies of the ministry and heads of central educational institutions, said that students are the essential parts of the country's higher education system. He praised the special attention of the Islamic Emirates leadership to the educational institutions of the country as well as the activities and achievements of the educational institutions officials. The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs gave 300 different items to people who were addicted to drugs and graduated from 5 months of vocational trainings. They were given some machines for making shoes and bakes and sewing clothes. Beyond these people who left the drug, they say that they are happy that they have been recovered and they have learned a profession so that they can earn a living for their family. Let's see more in the report.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs distributed 300 various items to the people who had given up drugs and received 5 months of training in 3 different professions.
Along with our previous activities, today we are at Policharkhi camp, where we had graduated students from this center before. And for 300 people, we want to distribute 3 different types of profession supplies so that our students are busy working in the market.
Those who have received training in the field of canning, backing and shoemaking in this 5-month period say that they're happy that they quit drugs and return to their families.
I was addicted for about 7 or 8 years ago, and it has been about 6 months that I have been busy learning tailoring at the place of social and labor affairs. I'm glad for learning a profession and saved from a life of addiction, and I returned to normal life. We are happy that I'm healthy again and try not to get addicted to drugs once again and rejoin my family.
According to the officials of the Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs, in the current year 1403, 2,000 drug addicts who had given up drugs were trained in various professions, and this series will be expanded in the next year.
Mufti Abdul Mateen Qane, the spokesman of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, says that the new governor of Parwan, Mufti Muhammad Idris Anwari, was officially introduced and started his duties. According to Mr. Qane, Maulavi Abdul Haq Makhdoom, the Deputy of Policy and Strategy of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, the former governor of this province, Maulavi Qudratullah Mini, and a number of other officials were also present in the recognition ceremony of the new governor. Mullah Aminullah Obaid, Kabul governor, met with WFP officials to discuss various issues. During the meeting, the World Food Programme officials said that they would continue to provide food aid to more than 70,000 people in the province. On the other hand, The governor of Kabul asked them to carry out all their activities in coordination with the relevant departments. Kabul governor also assured transparency and the provision of aid to the needy. The Ministry of Education says that the delegation headed by Maulavi Shahabuddin Saqib, the head of the ministry's office, has returned to the country. According to this ministry, during this trip, the delegation met with the head of the Ulama Council of Malaysia and various officials of education. The Ministry of Education also adds that Malaysian officials have also assured that Afghan delegation of cooperation in strengthening various parts of Afghanistan's education system. The National Disaster Preparedness Agency has started distributing aid worth $1.3 million to families affected by natural and unnatural disasters in the country, with the financial support of King Salman's Charity Foundation. The aid, which includes tents, blankets, carpets, and kitchen supplies, will be distributed to nearly 6,000 families in 13 provinces. We have more in this report. Officials of the National Disaster Preparedness Agency have appreciated the financial assistance of King Salman's Charity Foundation, saying that the aid is being distributed transparently to families affected by natural and unnatural disasters in a number of provinces of the country.
Here in Kabul, 500 shares are distributed, 250 of which are distributed today and 250 of which will be distributed tomorrow. All these are divided into 13 provinces worth approximately $1,300,000.
The head of the Charity Foundation says that the aid will be distributed to nearly 6,000 families in 13 provinces.
Each family is given one tent, 5 blankets, and kitchen utensils. There are 19 items in total, all of which are worth $250.
On the other hand, a number of citizens welcome the aid and call for more aid from the national and international organizations.
We want all international governments to increase their assistance, and we are also grateful to our government for helping us and the victims of the flood. We wish the Islamic Emirate and the international community to cooperate more with us.
The National Disaster Preparedness Agency has already distributed food and non-food aid to families affected by natural and unnatural disasters all over the country. The police of Herat province have seized dozens of weapons and military ammunition from the province by launching several discovering operations. The Ministry of Interior Affairs says that the weapons and ammunition seized include AKM, pistols, ammunition, and explosives. And the final one is that 4 dedicated Russian tanks and the 2nd Mansouri Brigade of 215 Azam Corps were repaired and put into use with the help of engineers from the Ministry of National Defense. The repaired tanks include 2 T-55 and 2 T-62 Russian tanks, which were repaired and made unable by the professional engineers of the National Islamic Army. It's worth mentioning that before this, a Russian T-62 tank was repaired by the professional engineers of the brigade. And that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا